With his turf comment, just back from New Zealand, Australia's leading racing journalist, Jack Elliott.
Well, the New Zealand breeders had their biggest ever year when they gathered in a record of $19.2 million for their yearlings at an average of $49,710,000 last week. Last year, they sold their yearlings at the national sale for $11 million at an average of $32,000. So you can see what a wonderful year they've had. And no wonder the champagne corks popped after the sale, and most Australians there nearly had their hands shaken off for buying their yearlings. Some of them with crooked legs, pigeon-toed, cocked eyes and everything, but they're still supposed to be a selected sale. But I wonder how the New Zealand owners felt when they raced their horses in 5 of the 9 races for the prize money of only $3,400 each, that's New Zealand currency, on Wellington Cup Day. And that's not as much as some of the country clubs give here in Australia. Now, the aggregate and the average for the yearlings will always continue to increase each year, as long as the Australians have the money, and Mr Hawke says we'll always have that, but the stake money for those 5 races on Wellington Cup Day have not increased 1 cent in the last 5 years. Also, the Wellington Racing Club will have to do something about the facilities, which have been the same since I started going to New Zealand some 23 years ago. After the second race on Cup Day, there was an announcement that all races would have to be put back 15 minutes because the totes could not cater for the huge crowd. Too much confusion, the crowd, 16,000 people. Imagine that. There was 18,000 at the test match on the same day. They didn't have a tote there. Of the 16,000, I would say only 10,000 saw the Cup. The others, watching it on TV, standing on tiptoes, or letting somebody else tell them about it. The club also came under extreme criticism from the local owners and trainers, and rightly so too, because they spent $6,000 to have Veloso brought from Australia for the people of New Zealand to see the Sydney Cup winner. Now, that would have been all right had Veloso run in the Wellington Cup, and even if he had been beaten, it would have been all right. But he didn't run in the race. He ran in 2 sprint races, ran second last in one. Great advertisement for Australia. The idea is to finance another Australian horse each year to go to Wellington, but I must say it should be a Cup horse, and a Cup horse only. And I can tell you one thing, that a day out at the Wellington Cup is no fun. Apart from seeing some very good horses, it's a